In this video I'm going to show you how to solve a quadratic equation by completing the square. First, let's recall what completing the square is and how exactly it works. So we can only complete the square of expressions that look a certain way. That is, it's a quadratic binomial with the coefficient of x squared equal to 1. If you see such expression, then you can add half of b squared, and then the expression becomes a perfect square of x plus half of b. So this is what the process of completing the square looks like, and it only works when you have something like this. So how do we use this method to solve quadratic equations? If you look at this quadratic equation, we don't exactly see expression of the form x squared plus bx, but we can easily achieve that by first adding 3 to both sides and then dividing both sides by 2. So now we have the expression in the form that allows us to complete the square. So we have the coefficient of x squared 1, and the coefficient of x is whatever it is. So to complete the square, we're going to add half of 5 halves, which is 5 fourths squared. And here we have to remember that in order to keep the balance, we have to add the same expression to both sides of the equation. Or if you don't have an equation, then you would have to add and subtract it on the same side. Here we have an equation, so we can just add it to both sides. Now we know that after we completed the square on the left side automatically becomes this. So we don't have to use any formulas, we just know that this left side becomes this. And the right side is something that we have to work out. So here we have 3 halves plus 25 sixteenths. We can do these computations on the side. Times 8, 24 over 16, finding the common denominator, and we have 49 over 16. So the right hand side is just 49 over 16. Next step is to use the square root property, which says that if you have something squared equal to a number, if the number is greater or equal to 0, then what you squared is either a radical of the number or it is the opposite of the radical of the number. So we're going to use that property over here, and we obtain two equations. One can easily see that square root of 49 over 16 is just 7 fourths. So we have two linear equations which are easy to solve. We just have to isolate the x by subtracting 5 fourths from both sides. So we have two solutions, 1/2 and -3. The other ways that you can solve this equation are using the quadratic formula and factoring, but we have solved this particular equation by using the method of completing the square.